No.
Yeah.
No. Hold on.
What?
Oh
.com.
We back up in this thing, ready to get some on that wax.
Another session with the bros talk, where the beer's ice cold. Bros talk. Another session with the bros talk. Come and tell us what you know. Bros talk.
Okay.
Yo, what up world, what up universe, what up peoples and tweeples? It's your boy T-Broski.
What it do, bro?
Cheers to y'all if y'all listening. We got a couple of guys in here with us.
What's going down with you? It's Lando.
What's going on, y'all? It's Corey.
How y'all living today, man?
I'm chilling, you know. Another day, another dollar. You know how it be.
What you want, that good old that whiskey over there?
Yeah.
What's going on, y'all, man? Just another day. Like you said, another dollar. Not enough of them.
Not
Exactly.
enough of 'em. We're gonna jump right into it. Do y'all think your lives are predestined, or things are your life, not somebody else's life? Do you think your life is predestined?
Straight to Jesus.
Nah.
It's not Jesus, but
That's
because
how
some people call him
That's
Yashima
how
Binthal.
No.
That's how some people view it. I don't like, but
First of all, I
I
don't.
don't think my life is predestined at all.
I mean, definitely give you, yeah.
If my life is predestined, then none of y'all would be real. I feel like.
What? Explain that one.
Because there's too many variables in everyone's lives to make sure that everyone has a predestined, like, all right, so this is going to happen this way, this is going to happen this way.
Right. You can't make this right turn and be late and then have an interaction where the two of y'all meet and become friends because he has to be on time.
Who's to say that their interaction makes y'all? I'm telling you. It's all deeper than that. You rolled a 6, that person rolled a 4.
Right.
In the spaces of life, y'all landed on the same spot. Y'all had to interact.
I don't think that you're predestined to fill a certain spot in life.
As for your shoes, or
As for whatever,
just anybody in general.
Right, if
just,
that's
so
the case,
even
then I
decisions.
your
there'd be
life
no
is
free will.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's just supposed to happen the way it is. You know what I'm saying? There isn't.
So you
you're
don't
not
think that-
living life. You're filling a role that things are happening.
If everything's supposed to happen the way it is, what way is that?
The way it's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Just choice, just by
there
choice.
is no choice.
question.
There is no choice. You're
You
just.
So
guys
is that-
have-
so-
nah, it's all, you never read to Choose Your Own Adventure.
I've read one, but that's not a
That's
that's
a
not what
choice.
he's.
That's literally.
that is choice.
If you
That
pick
is a choice, but that's not what
72,
he's
you go to
propositioning.
this storyline. You pick 38.
No,
you
I'm
go finish this one.
So
But that's not predestined. You know what I'm saying?
your
Because
life,
that
you
was-
don't feel
that
like
would
it's a
remove the
predestined.
choice. That would
That is not
remove the
remove the
choice.
choice. That gives you the choice to take you on different destinations that's been planned out for you.
that's what I'm saying. So you don't think that your choices in life are predestined to go a certain route?
No.
So if you say
No.
no to this beer, you were supposed to say no, so you're going over this way.
But if you say yes, you'll go this way.
But you're not going to say no. I mean, you're not going to say yes because it was already predestined for you to go that particular route. So it may appear as if you have a choice, but in reality, you have no choice at all.
Nah,
So do you
nah.
think that your choices are predestined as
I get
for...
what you're asking now.
No, I know.
So you guys are saying, so you're saying pretty much, you're asking.
Your whole life is plotted out, but you get to
Are
you
you
get
taking
to
away the
right.
chance of, like,
So
you
where-
don't have free will, like you don't
So
have
where?
That's what
So
it
there's
sounds
no
like.
free will at all.
That's what it sounds
It's like a
Yeah.
placebo effect of free will is what
Right.
is what you're saying. Like
Right,
just-
exactly.
Which I don't.
Like you can get this DWI, or you can go home and eat a taco from Taco Bell that was sitting in your.
I think it's
refrigerator,
that
you know what
simple.
I'm saying?
I think that's where your quote unquote free will is. I think your
there's
death
way
date
more than
is. I think your death dates is.
Predetermined, like the day you're born, is the day you start dying.
Well, yeah, naturally.
Exactly.
Because, but I'm saying, I think your death date when you're gonna die is predetermined from Jump Street. We just don't know when it's gonna happen, but all your actions is going to lead to that particular point. So your free will choices is only within your actions. So you don't have no other free will, quote unquote, choices. You have to live, you have to breathe, you have to die, right?
Right.
So the choices that you make within those is going to determine your death date, which is already, quote unquote, predestined for you. So we all don't know.
So if it's predestined, then how can your choices affect it?
Right.
Because
then you wouldn't have a predetermined death day. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I said it's a preconceived notion that you have choices. That your choices are dictating where you're going. Your choices are already. I don't feel like your choices are destined to a path. I think there's a start and an end. Like you're gonna start here and you're gonna end here. But there's 47,000 different routes to get there. But you're gonna get to this point regardless of what. So if I told you right now, hey, you're gonna die by.
That's just true regardless. Like everybody owes a death. That's just.
That's what I'm saying. So
in between life or death.
That's all I'm saying.
There's no point.
There's no. I don't feel like you're gonna cheat death. Put it that way.
Yeah.
I feel like
no.
you made it out of that situation because you were supposed to make it out of the situation. The situation you're not supposed to make it out of, you will not make it out of. So that's what I'm saying. There's a start,
saying, but
and there's an end.
But then I hear what you're saying, but it just sounds like it takes all personal responsibility out of the things that happen. Because say somebody decides to drive recklessly down the highway at 100 miles an hour, regardless of traffic or whatever, like I hear you saying like that's their choice of whatever to do that, and something happens and they die. You know what I'm saying? But it sounds like only the simple choices matter. Not the big choice matter. You know
that's why I said there's 47,000 choices in between your first day of life and your last day.
So are those the only 2 points that are pre-plotted for you?
That's what I think. That's the only things I think.
I don't think your final day of life is pre-plotted. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have a mood swing and go bananas.
If that was supposed to happen,
if it is, then
you was going to lead to.
I think you was going to have no free choice.
I think you was going to lead to
the choices you took in life.
That's my point. I think that you look, regardless of what, you was going to lead to that point at that day.
Well, then
at that
it doesn't
time,
matter what
regardless
I chose.
of what.
It doesn't matter what I
That's
chose.
what I'm saying. But that's the only points that matter to people is your death. Everything else really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you made yourself exactly to some people, and that's back to the other epi where we was talking about where I say it matters what you look at as important. Some people look at money as important. Some people look at experiences as important. For some people, death is the end result. So that's what they try to avoid at every cost.
I don't understand that at all.
So if death is the end result and that's what you're trying to avoid at all costs, you don't look at all the other decisions within between that you made in the life that you got to live. You're looking at, damn, I don't want to die. So when somebody tell you, quote unquote, not you, knock on wood, but you got cancer or somebody has cancer or you're dying or whatever said thing is going on with you, you're immediately thinking about how am I going to avoid death? Not, damn, at least I got to do this, and I got to do this, I got to do that, type of things. Again, the point I'm saying behind the death, the 2 points is you have a date where your clock starts. Boom, you're born. However you're conceived, you're born. And then you have a date immediately when you're going to die. And then you have choices in between that's ultimately going to lead to that point.
So what makes you think that what leads you to think that there's a start and an end date?
Right. Or what?
What specifically is all right, this is why I feel that way.
Because people are born. Okay. You can watch a baby be born, and you can watch a baby die. You can watch a baby be born. You can watch a baby grow into an old man or old woman and die. So there's a start date and there's an end date.
There's multiple choices you can make at any time that can make that end date pretty quick. You know what I'm saying? Or there's choices that you can make that end date extend later and later. Like I don't think there's a fixed end date. I think maybe the types of choices that people make, the lifestyles that they live, will influence the choices that they make that will influence that end date. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? If somebody's out here living reckless, then that end date coming up very soon you might not be so shocked. You know what I'm saying? Whereas somebody gets into a car accident, just going out to go get some groceries, and that end date comes up. You know what I'm saying? And you had a vision of them living another 40 years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so the shock and awe is
so,
what matters about death.
No, there's no shock and awe. To me, there's no shock and awe at all for death. Like
I mean,
said,
you
earlier,
just said that somebody living recklessly wouldn't be as shocking as if somebody was just driving down the street and had that.
I think that people accept differently, accept death differently. If somebody who's living reckless goes out in a reckless manner, is accepted way more than somebody getting into a car accident, you know what I'm saying, on their way, like I said, to the grocery store, you know what I'm saying.
But was that person predestined to die in a car accident that day, that time, going down that street? Did their actions lead them to that particular point? Was they supposed to be there, or was that pure coincidence? Prime example, mass shootings. Those people, were they supposed to be there, or was it just coincidence that they happened to be there at that particular time?
I think it's coincidence.
Someone had to be there.
Right, exactly. Somebody
Why?
was going to be there.
Because that's how we played
I was telling y'all
like
the story earlier. I was almost in there in a mass shooting.
But almost and being there is two totally different situations.
Damn.
And it's all.
I'm just saying.
No, but that's all. That's
But
all
literally,
the luck of the draw that you're talking
it's the
about.
luck of the draw right there allows you to have this conversation with me. But that situation right there, your mom's choice to say, you know what, I need a little bit of paper. I'm gonna go over here and shoot down here real quick, and then I'm gonna get these kids right. That saved your life, her life, and your brother's life, right?
Exactly.
So, you think that was just a coincidence? What made your mom feel that way at that particular moment? Was it not her time to go? That's the way my mind thinks.
Like, there was a massacre at Luby's out here. I think it was like in '91. Like you said, me, my mom, and my brother were going to go, and we're at the light on W.S. Young and 190, the access road of 190. The mall is right there. You can see the Luby's, and we're pulling up. My mom realizes she needs to go to the bank. She needs to get some money, and so we keep driving. And I remember looking at the Luby's. Everything's chill. But in my mind, I had to be like 7 or 8 at the time. All I was thinking about was the Jello, and was like, I gotta wait to get some Jello now. So, like I said, this was the early '90s. So at this time, you had to go inside to the bank to do business, you know, and converse with a human being to make a transaction. So a couple minutes transgressed, and we make our way back to the Luby's. Now we're on the opposite side of the highway, coming up the access road, and we see ambulance, we see police, and my mom says, we're not going to Luby's. And I'm upset because now I don't get any Jello at all, because I'm just still a kid and I don't understand what's going on. But there was a mass shooting that had just occurred there.
And that was a coincidence.
Yeah. Do you think it was predetermined for me to just see the results of a mass shooting?
You said luck of the draw, but you can't have luck if everything's predetermined.
No, when did I say everything was predetermined? I said your death date and your start date was predetermined. Everything else in between is a choice.
So what about
if your date was to go there, we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation.
So it was just a coincidence for me to see that shit then.
It was a choice that your mom made. The coincidence of you seeing anything that I can't speak on what you see. Because your choices may lead you to see all type of crazy ass shit.
So you believe that basically everything. So for whatever reason, she never realized that, you know, she didn't have the cash until that moment, and then it's like, all right, I need to go get money now.
It was a choice that she made.
That's basically like,
right.
The universe.
There was a way to pay at Luby's without going to the bank.
Because you asked,
she could have wrote a check.
You asked why. Yeah. Why did she make that decision? So in my head, it's like, are you trying to say, like, is the universe like working to force her into these decisions without her knowledge?
So that means that those
this is
people,
just choices.
That the people that the people who made the choice to be there in that select time were chosen to die a violent death. So that's what you're saying. Okay. Is that the people
did they choose to die? No, they did not know.
The choices they made led them to a violent death.
Yes.
But my mom's choice to go to the bank right before going to the restaurant instead of going, say, the day before, saved our lives.
I can't say it saved your life. It wasn't. That wasn't your time to go. That's just my beliefs. Because there was a dude that got shot 30-something times and didn't die. Walking around, he's a fucking he's a rapper.
50
right?
Cent?
No, not 50. No. He got shot. This dude literally got shot over 30-something times. Jesus. On record. And survived. Motherfucker stood over top of him. So, why didn't he die? And to me, that's why I think like science can tell you certain things, but science can't tell you everything. Because science can tell you why somebody was able to get shot 31 times. If you go down and give it to the right person, scientifically, they can tell you why the situation took place, whether it was the traumatic, the shock of it, the blood stopping, slowing down, the heart rate slowing, whatever it is, they can give you a scientific reason on why this happened. They can tell you scientifically why somebody was able to, oh my God, he came back to life. And I'm not saying this towards the Jesus thing. I'm just saying just in whatever resuscitation. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're able to come up with defibrillators and things like that. But they cannot tell you choices and what was quote unquote supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? They can tell you why something did happen and the way it did happen and the results from it and why you.
Well, I don't think anybody can tell you that. Like you're talking about some sorcerer type shit where.
I'm not saying somebody can tell you. I'm saying based on just choices. That's all I'm going on. Science can't tell you your choices.
Yeah.
Science can't tell you why you chose to say what you just said right there.
Right.
But they can tell you why you got a migraine for 24 hours a day. Probably because you got a fucking knot on your head.
I think science can pretty much predict.
I was about to say that sounds like
pretty close to what you're gonna say. It might.
What you're gonna say?
They getting wild out there.
Science is theories.
A lot of it is theories.
Yeah,
there's proven things in science, but
like
people's action is not proven.
Like science is like the fucking weatherman. Like you're okay to be wrong. Somebody should prove you to be. Somebody should prove you to be wrong.
Y'all don't agree? Prove me wrong.
Exactly. Right.
I mean, it's just like serial killers.
Right.
They can tell you all the predictions of why or what will make a serial killer. Like, oh, he did this, or he act like this, or he was brought up in this situation, but they can't tell you exactly what this person's gonna do. Like what choices this person's gonna make. Like you can have
not exactly.
No, they can't. That's all science. That's what I'm saying. Science
they can
can't
build
break
profiles and stuff on that person.
That's what profiles does for you. They give you a general synopsis of what this person may be, which is fucking crazy. Because generally, if you look at the FBI's profile, majority of them is black.
You was ready to stand on that 100% black part, but
it's a joke.
So you shitting on black people as a joke?
If you take that as shitting on black people,
wouldn't it be worse if you said it seriously?
You said it was a joke.
So how is it shitting on black people when it's a shit on the FBI? So you got to kind of break that down because I'm not shitting on black people when the FBI is known for targeting black people in certain type of things. Profiling. So how is black people being shitted on when they're being profiled? Make that make sense for me. You gotta make that make sense for me.
Well, I'm just saying though.
No, but you gotta make that make sense.
I'm trying to. The only race you brought up that you were sure about was black. Is all I'm saying.
I said they're being profiled, but how is being profiled?
You didn't say yeah.
I said that the FBI seems that they profile people, and the first thing, majority of the time, they're black. Them being profiled, how is that a shit on black people? Because it sounds like you want me to shit on black people.
No,
so
you said it was a joke. You said it was a joke, people. So I said you shitting on black people as a joke. That's what I asked.
How is that shitting on black people?
You said it was a joke. How is that a joke?
How is it shitting on black people? You can't answer the question.
No, you
said
it was
lies that you can't answer.
You said it was a joke, so how is it a joke?
How is it shitting on black people?
Where does the joke lie? Who is the joke on?
FBI, because the FBI target black people. Finding black individuals is what the FBI stands for, quote unquote, the joke. If you know that, that is because you don't watch Eddie Griffin comedy. That's where you got to expand your boundaries. But again, explain to me how is it shitting on black people?
That's what you said. You said it was a joke, so I was trying to.
How is it shitting on black people is the question. I answered your question, which is finding black individuals. That's where the joke and the basis lies. So, again, how is it shitting on black people?
I'm asking you.
You can't ask me a question that I'm asking you. You literally make that makes no sense. How are you going to ask me a question that I'm asking?
You said that it was a joke. It was unclear that you were joking about the FBI. To me, it's all you said that you were sure about was that black people, they were profiling black people. And so then I said, well, what is that about? And then you said it's a joke. And I said, so you're shitting on black people as a joke. That's all I said.
So how is it shitting on black people?
I don't know.
Oh, shit.
You feel me?
Oh, man.
A little bit of discourse. Why did you say he's shitting on black people?
Well, he was the one that said that he was making a joke.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. He was the one making a joke.
Regardless of what he said. What did he say that is
He was talking about profiling. He was talking about profiling of black people by the FBI. Making black people look like they are.
So the U.S. saying that Iraqi's
so
bomb shit is shitting on Iraqi saying that is shitting on an Iraqi, saying that the U.S. profiles us, bro. Like if your name is Muhammad Ahmed, they're going to profile you and pull you over. They're gonna happen. So that's shitting on his fellow man.
That's so no, because he's pointing out that the FBI is gonna do that.
But that's not what his intentions were that clear when he was making the fucking statement. So that's all I was saying.
So you thought he was talking.
Now that he's had time to clarify what he was saying and everything, like that wasn't clear.
So that's where he just thought you were talking negatively
right
about black people. So that's why he said, why are you shitting on black people?
No, there's no way that. So you're the
I'm trying to mediate.
I ain't mad.
What is that shit called? With the
arbitrator?
Arbitrator. There you go. Tell him no. That's not what I said.
I ain't mad at Lando being on the defense.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you asking.
There's no defense on that. I didn't shit on black people, and black people know that. You being profiled by people is not a shit on you by somebody stating that.
There's no, I ain't mad at your statement either. But right now, it's hard out here in the streets.
It's a little high.
Tensions are hiding.
So what does that mean?
You gotta fight for yours if you don't think it's right. You gotta get a better understanding. Right. And you did a great way of explaining it to them.
Yeah. All I asked was for a little clarification.
Boom.
That's all it takes.
Shout out to Germ.
Yeah, man, that's my boy. Love you. But yeah, man, y'all got anything before we get up out of here?
Nah, man. Just appreciate y'all having us, man.
Chilling, man.
King DanO.
Free to support.
Oh, Yoda talk. Okay.
Chuckles.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that.
You like it?
What?
I like it. It's pretty nice, yeah.
Where's this guy at? Why wasn't he here the whole time?
Right.
Bloke's been sitting in the back the whole time, yeah.
Last 7 seconds of the show.
Yeah, and luckily we don't have enough time for that. So yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. It's T-Broski, BrosTalk. We're out of here.
Yo.
Peace out.
Another session with the bros. BrosTalk. Where the beer's ice cold.